Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. I'm mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. I'm tired of these gas prices. Here's the bottom line. Who's to blame for these ridiculous gas prices? Well, Lauren Fick, she's the car coach. She's not to blame, but she has great insight and letting us know if there's any relief for our prices.
Gas and diesel prices have reached an all-time high. U.S. gas prices have hit an average of over $5 a gallon, according to AAA. And these high gas prices hurt every citizen and are no more than an additional tax we all pay at the pump. So who is to blame for these crazy high gas prices? No, it's not greedy oil companies. So who is at fault? President Biden scolded oil manufacturers, saying that Vladimir Putin's hiking the prices. This makes no sense, as leaders of other countries cannot affect the cost of fuel in the USA. Especially if you can produce your own oil production, this simply doesn't make any sense. This week, President Biden sent letters to 7 major oil companies saying he would take action if they didn't boost fuel output from the domestic refineries. He stated, "I understand that many factors contributed to the business decisions to reduce refinery capacity, which occurred before I took office. But at a time of war, refinery profit margins are well above normal. Being passed directly on to American families are not acceptable." The response from the American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers, AFPM President and CEO Chet Thompson said, "We are surprised and disappointed by the president's letter. Any suggestion that the U.S. refineries are not doing our part to bring stability to the market is false." It's important to note that the U.S. refining capacity utilization surged to 91.3% in March. It's the highest rate since June of 2021, and it's expected to average 94% between July and September, according to a June 7 report from the Energy Information Administration, or EIA. Would you be surprised to know that before Biden's election, the ExxonMobil company had publicly announced plans for billions of investments to increase its refining capacity in the U.S.? It did. Prices are not going up simply because of greed. Increased costs for manufacturing, supply chain, and employees are passed along to consumers. No company can survive at a loss, and they can't make it up over time. And increasing the volume at a loss will never work. The oil and gas industry kept investing even during the pandemic, when they lost more than $20 billion and had to borrow more than $30 billion to maintain the investment to increase capacity and be ready for the post-pandemic demand. U.S. refineries are running at a record high utilization rate, and that expanding refinery capacity is a long-term proposition, not a short-term fix. Any suggestion that U.S. refineries are not doing their part to bring stability to the market is patently false. The federal government should promote investment through clear and consistent policy, such as streamlining the regulatory approval process for fossil fuel infrastructure and holding regular oil and gas lease sales. So who is to blame for the high gas prices? The administration's misguided policy agenda, shifting away from domestic oil and natural gas from day one, and has been compounded by inflationary pressures. Government policy has impacted gas prices and has hurt Americans and our economy. I'm Lauren Fix, and you can find this information on my website, carcoachreports.com and DailyFlashShow.com.